Greetings friends, this is Pedro Amorim Pereira from Mestre Bonsai YouTube channel. Today I'm going to teach you how to make cut paste. This cut paste can be used on every plant, on every tree, no problems at all. Sometimes you are going to see my mouth moving, but I'm talking Portuguese over there. So I translated so everyone could understand what I'm teaching here. Okay, we are back. This is all the components we are going to use, and we are going to use a very fine powder of clay. You can use pulverized rock, you can use a brick that was pulverized to a very fine dust. This one I'm using is green. I bought this one in a natural product store, and they had the green one, and they also have pink, white, gray, black. You can use any of the colors. Most of them will turn almost black when you are using. I'm using the green one because it gets a little bit greenish on the tree. If you use the black one, it will be tar black. So use what you think it's best for you. You can use the red ones from clay, and the final result will be a brownish black color. So whatever color you use, try to pulverize the most you can the material you're using. So I'm going to use 100 grams. I'm going to translate to pounds in the screen. I'm going to use sulfur. You are going to use only about 1 teaspoon of sulfur. The sulfur must be pulverized to a fine dust. It's easier to mix. I'm going to use beeswax. This one is refined. We are going to use about 50 grams to 75 grams of beeswax. We are going also to use Vaseline. Use the one, it's a paste, it's like the consisting of a paste. Do not use the liquid one. You can find it on the market, in the drugstore. You might also use the industrial Vaseline instead of using the refined Vaseline. No problem at all. The main difference is that the industrial is not used on our hands and stuff like that, but for trees you do not have a problem with that. We are going to use carpenter glue. This one is not carpenter glue, this is white glue, but the carpenter glue is much better. So we are going to use about 2 soup spoons. In here I'm showing you the cinnamon. Cinnamon, it's widely used. We are going to use about 1 soup spoon of cinnamon. You might mix the solid stuff in a bowl, and then we are going to use the oven to melt the beeswax and to mix the powder that we are going to mix first. In here I'm going to use an old one, but you can also use a tin, no problem at all. So first we are going to use our clay, our powder clay. We are going to mix the sulfur first. Use something like 5 to 10 grams of sulfur, not more. You can use between 5 to 10 grams of sulfur with no problem. More than that will harm the plant. The sulfur will help the plant not to be attacked by bugs and other insects, as well as fungus. Do not use water, do not use lime sulfur. You have to use sulfur, powder sulfur, okay? Now, mix it well. You have to mix it very, very well. The better you do it, the better will be the result. Your cut paste quality depends on the mixing, so you have to mix it very well. Now we are going to use the cinnamon. I usually use about 10 grams of cinnamon. The cinnamon, it's antifungic, so it will help to our mix. Going to mix it very well again. Now we are going to the oven, and do not use the high position, use it at the lower position, because you want to melt the wax. You want to melt the wax, but you don't want it to boil. There's no need doing it, and it's dangerous. So in here I'm not going to use all of this 100 grams of wax. I'm using only half of it, because I do not need a lot of cut paste. So just be careful. Wax is flammable, and you must be careful not to burn yourself with it. When the wax is melted, be careful. You can take the pot from the fire. If it is too warm, you don't need it to boil, as I said. And now we are going to use 2 spoons of that powder we have done before. So just to start mixing, and mix it very well. 2 more spoons, mix it very well, and do it slowly. When you do that, if you have it on top of the fire, it will boil and it will come up, so you have to be careful. Remove it from fire every time you are doing it, and you start to see it growing inside of the pot. So do this until you have a consistency of ketchup. If it is too liquid, it will run out, and if it is too solid, it will be more difficult to apply. Okay, do not worry if it's difficult to mix. It will be a little bit more solid than ketchup, but we still have to add another component, that's the Vaseline. So we are going to mix it until we get that consistency of putty that children play with. Put it on the fire again, and now we are going to mix. And first we are going to mix Elmer's glue, carpeton glue. It will be fine. Use about 2 spoons of soup. It's more than enough. Now we have to use the Vaseline. Use about 1 spoon of Vaseline, mix it well. Use another spoon of soup of Vaseline, mix it well, and it will be more runny, it will be more liquid. So now we have to make the cut paste to the consistency that when it dries a little bit more, we can use it. So the ketchup consistency is very good. What I do, it's to use a little bit more of clay, a little bit more of powder clay, the mix we have done before, until we get the ketchup consistency. Okay, when it is okay, I advise you to get a glass flask so you can fill it with the cut paste. The glass flask will help in the future when you want the paste to be a little bit more easier to apply and you have to heat the cut paste. We use a pot in the fire with water, with boiling water, and we put the flask inside, and it will help, the heat will help the cut paste to be more a little bit more liquid, so it will be easier to apply. It will be warm, so careful, do not harm yourself, and pour it with the help of a knife, the help of a stick, to put it inside of the flask, clean the flask, and we are done here. Okay, you do not have an expiration date for this cut paste. This cut paste can be used as long as you can apply it. None of the components will rotten, none of the components will be bad. So you can store it for a long time. Now, this is only a test I'm doing. I'm doing a ball and a small cylinder of cut paste to show what happens. I will leave it here for 48 hours, and then here in the video I will show it in 48 hours how it is. They are exposed to the air, so you will see how it will behave when exposed. Right here I'm only showing how easy it is to apply to a tree. This is my test tree. This is where I teach to wire and where I teach a lot of stuff. So I'm only applying to show how easy it is to apply to a tree this cut paste. It is very easy to remove it from the ends. You only have to use warm water and a little bit of detergent or a dishing soap. Just use it and it will be removed from the ends very easily. Does not have any coloring component. It will not leave a spot on the tree or your hands, so you can use it like that. I have one more thing that I usually do when I make the cut paste for pinus or juniperus. I use resin, pine resin, that I'll pulverize and use it and mix it on the dry mix in the beginning. I use about 5 to 10 grams of resin. This will help to keep the cut paste more impermeable and will harden a little bit more, but will help to protect the plant from some. As you see, this is 48 hours after, and the cut paste can be squeezed and it's still soft. And you can take a little bit and apply it in the tree, and you will see that it will be very easy to apply yet. So, this is it. I hope you have enjoyed. I've made this one in English. It's been a while since I spoke English, so sorry about some mistakes, but I think it is understandable, and I intend to do it often in the future if you guys like. I intend to do this in the future. If you guys like this kind of video with my awful English, please subscribe, comment and share, so my channel will grow more, and this way I will improve my English, and for sure I will start to make other videos for you guys to see and understand what I'm talking about here. I have a lot of videos about several stuff that I can translate almost immediately, so if you guys want something, just ask ahead, okay? So, subscribe, comment, share, and it's a small click for you, but a big step for my channel. See you soon, guys. to keep the paste together when you apply it.